Hello Internet, my name is Bobo. Remember when I did Transformers videos? Yeah, neither do I. Anyways, today we're looking at the Transformers retro-carded Bumblebee. Now this isn't the first time Transformers has done retro packaging like this. A few years back there were the Headmasters in G1 style boxes, and right now with Agent Knight, who's also in a G1 box. But this is the first time we're getting anything retro-carded, like a Marvel Legends figure. I think it's cool, though I'm not here to talk about a box. I'm here to talk about a figure which looks great. I do think the proportions are a bit weird though. Like his arms feel a bit short and his feet a bit big, but considering how good the vehicle mode is, I think it's a fair sacrifice, but we'll get back to that later. This Bumblebee is a repaint of the Netflix Bumblebee in more toy-accurate colors, and it's great. I can never find the Netflix Bumblebee from 5 years ago. So this is great for me! I do think the colors on the original figure are good, but I prefer this bright yellow with the painted windows. While it is meant to be toy accurate, I like the yellow for being more G1 cartoon accurate by default. It's not perfect, the windows are the wrong color and the eyes are unpainted, but this gets close enough that I'm satisfied. If they do an updated version, unless the colors are massively improved, I'm happy sticking with this. The head, as mentioned, doesn't have painted eyes, and I assume this is to match the original toy, which I have a reissue of. The original toy's head was all silver, so I assume it's meant to match. Though I am slightly confused why they didn't remold the head. This reissue I have actually has a remolded head meant to be more cartoon accurate. The original toy had a head that looks more like a battle mask, which is probably why B usually gets one in most shows. So why doesn't this figure that's meant to be based on the original toy have a head to match the original toy? Gears was released on a retro card as well, and got a toy accurate head. So why not do that with B? B's original head is even on the box art of this figure. Though I probably shouldn't be complaining. If they actually gave us a toy accurate head, I'd probably be complaining about how I wanted it to be normal. Yep, can confirm. This sucks. You know what? It may confuse me, but I'll take it. Just like how I'll take his one accessory being this giant blaster that is complete reuse from Cliffjumper. I have no idea why this is here beyond Bumblebee being a retool of Cliffjumper, so to save money they share accessories. Okay, never mind, that's probably the reason. I would have preferred a normal blaster even if it was reused from another figure, but there isn't anything wrong with Cliffjumper, so I'll take it. It's also not like I'm short on generic blasters, so Retro B, you can use Origin B's blaster. Speaking of Origins B, I think they look pretty good next to each other. The yellows match up pretty well, so it feels like one is the evolution of the other. I just hope Retro B holds up better in the long run. I reviewed this figure 2 years ago for my first video ever, which was uploaded. Okay, I'm a bit late, but happy anniversary, guys. Back then, the figure was good, but it was falling apart. Specifically the painted legs, which, eesh, it's really not doing so good now. If you're curious about what Retro Bee looks like next to some other bots, here is Siege Prime, Kingdom Sideswipe, Earthrise Smokescreen, Siege Hound, Earthrise Wheeljack, 86RC, and Legacy Chromia. I really like this. I was never able to get any of the Masterpiece figures, but this has certainly filled that void, and it just looks really satisfying to look at. Though I wish I had more to say, since this is just me being really happy about finally having figures of characters I love after like 5 years. Now for articulation, he has a ball-jointed head so it can rotate. You can tilt it, but you can't really get much out of it. Arm can rotate, move out really far, 90-degree elbow bend, and can rotate. Rotation at the hand, waist rotation, leg kicks forward, back, and out pretty good. 90-degree bend at the knee, leg can rotate, and ankle pivot. Articulation is nothing amazing, but it's enough to get some good pointing and shooting poses. You can also combine it with the blast effect nubs and get some other decent poses. I do really like the blast effect nubs, but I get why the franchise moved on from them being part of the line's gimmick. It can just look weird to have a random bump sticking out of a figure, especially if you don't plan on using the effect parts. And that's mostly it for robot mode. The only other things I need to mention are the Autobot logo being a sticker. Mine has good placement, but I assume there are some bad ones out there. And parts forming. I don't really mind this. It does suck that you could lose it and be stuck with an incomplete alt mode, but that's modern day kids' problems. I remember being young and losing everything, so I'm glad they'll get to experience the pain of an incomplete figure 10 years from now. For me, it's annoying, but I can live with it. The only thing I don't like is them trying to say it's a shield. Like, no, it's not. This is just bad. But on the plus side, you have a port for Origin B's jetpack, which is kinda neat. Anyways, time for vehicle mode. Yeah, this thing rocks. I'm not gonna act like I'm some car expert and give you the whole Bumblebee transforms into a Volkswagen Beetle thing that most channels do. I don't really know enough about that, I didn't even exist yet. This is just a really satisfying car mode. It feels really solid, it rolls well, it looks good, and is really tiny. I know that can be a bit of an issue for some since this thing is $25, so they might want a bigger figure for that price. I wouldn't mind that, I just think the small size makes it more fun to hold since it just fits completely in your hand. It also scales well with everything. Shout out to the 6 people who get that reference. If you're curious though, here it is with a bunch of figures. He is tiny. I love this figure, 8 out of 10. It's a good G1 Bumblebee that does exactly what you want, and I don't think I'll need another Bee in the near future. That's probably why you'll never see me review the 86 Bee. I'm not a big fan of how that one looks, and I'm perfectly happy sticking with this. I would also like to say sorry for missing the channel anniversary date. This was supposed to be out for that since this figure is a direct update to the figure from my first video. I thought it felt appropriate, so who knows? Maybe I'll keep this up and review a new Bumblebee every year, but actually on time. Thanks for watching.